Okay, greetings again, and welcome to your first lesson of the introduction of graphic design. All right, in this first chapter, we are going to discuss the question of why design and why do we get involved with design? Why do we care about design? Why are we so interested in design? So, this is the question we'll try to answer throughout this chapter. And throughout the chapter, we are going to answer in different angles. And the first angle is going to be that the design is everywhere surrounding us. And the next one is going to be that design is art and beauty as well. So we'll see each one of these parts differently. And the next one will be that design is used for communication. So we'll see how that is done. And the next one will be that the practicability. Design is used for practicability and usability. And the last one in this chapter will be business part. So how design is used for business. So in this short video today, we are going to discuss design being everywhere. And we can see in our slideshow that the point we are going to discuss is that design is everywhere. So this is the thing. When you look at the nature, when you look at ourselves, when you look at life in general, you can see that everything is designed. We are designed. We are the fruit of design. Everything is designed. So, but unfortunately, we seem to be distracted. Most of us, we are born in a preset environment to the extent that we feel that it is part of us. It is part of things. It is just like we don't pay a careful attention to the detail that is around us that expresses the beauty. So at some point, we have to be awakened. Our senses have to be awakened to the observation of the beauty around us. And that's what we call in design teaching you to see. So you have to be taught the simple principles, laws that govern every single artwork. Therefore, whenever you see anything around you, you tend to apply, you tend to look around and try to bring out all these elements in order to see the beauty in the creation. So, and when you look at around us, again, you can see that every single thing it is designed. From there, you will notice that design is just everywhere. It is just everywhere. So, in order to prove that, I would like to take you through this slideshow that I took my time to make up, to compose, in order to show you where design is, or some of these places in our lives where design is that we mostly don't pay attention to. So let's start. So this is a painting I took in the Accra International Conference Center. When you enter the conference center, automatically you will see this huge painting around there. And the funny part is when you go, you will see that people don't really pay attention to this painting. People just flash their eyes on it and then move on. And the proof is when you look at this picture, you can see that almost nobody has his head lifted on this painting. So you can see we tend to just live in design and don't pay attention to the beauty that is around us. And when you look at it, you can see the beauty, the magnificence of this artwork. All this is coming from a human brain. The harmony of colors, the expression of this tree is so wonderful. So this is one case, okay? Let's look at the next slide. Designed and decorated buildings and houses around us. And these are two houses of friends. And the first one is a chimney, a small road in the house. And you can see how they arrange the steps. And in most cases, people just enter and they walk and jump and walk anyhow. But meanwhile, these stones are placed there in order to guide how you walk. So you can see how design is used in here to control how you behave. And the flowers around, you can see the beauty in order to create this kind of environment, this beautiful feeling for you while you are walking there. And at the other side, when you look at the room, you can see the decoration, the harmony of colors, and all this black room to showcase the cinema. You know, the place where you sit down and enjoy an event, enjoy a moment. You know, have this calmness and this peace. So we move on again, still in the houses and building. These are two pictures. The first one, which is the one at the left, is a building, a school in Accra here. So that building, notice the building is kind of decorated with red. And at the same time, from where I was standing, the building, these flowers were reflecting the same colors as the building. So it was harmonious. And when you look at how this building is arranged, it's kind of made to give an expression. It is made to impress. You know, if you even get closer, it is more marvelous. And the other side is in Lomé, Togo, and this is somewhere close to the port. And you can see how these tanks, huge tanks, as huge they are, people thought of designing them, giving them colors that reflect the environment. I'm saying that because indeed, when you go around that place, the whole place is surrounded by gardens, farmers, farming. So the kind of thought of, wow, this is a green place, so let's use it. And the yellow there is the color of flowers. And vegetables usually give flowers, so and most trees around will give flowers of that color. You see that beauty, that attention people pay to the environment. But in most cases, we'll just look around and pass by and ignore it. So the next pictures I took somewhere in Lagos, I think Lekki, right? Yes, in Lekki. And the first picture at the left side, and you can look at the buildings over there and where they are located. When you look at the road, how it divides into a Y form, and then leaving these buildings in the middle, giving the chance for the traveler to enjoy the building by turning around. If the road was one side, we wouldn't enjoy the full building. You know, you would enjoy one side, only one side. But this gives us the chance at least to see 2 to 3 sides before you move on. And it is just so wonderful to see the size, the architecture they use to build these houses. It's just marvelous. Now, when you look at the image at the right side, you can see the thing that impresses me the most in this building is the fact that the thought of combining this building's design with the skies. Trust me, this building is purposely built in order to reflect the skies, to complete its beauty. Trust me, look at it. When you look at it, you will see that there's no particular artwork around it. It's only these mirrors to make sure it reflects the sky and combines with the sky. So in a normally cloudy time, this building might become invisible. It might become invisible. So this is one thing we could say about this building, and I won't talk about the shapes used in order to form it, because it's also impressive, and the tower on top is also interesting. So we'll move on to the next slide and see. And in this slide, I'm showing the inside of 2 houses of 2 friends. So the first one, you can see how the light is decorated. It is the ceiling light, but there's an artwork around it in order to give that beauty, to complete the light's beauty. I like that. It gives a good comfort to stay under it. And at the right side, you see the balcony of a friend too. And the color game here, I purposely went there to make sure I take this picture in the night in order to showcase that beauty we have in the night when we make that. So this is mainly a game of colors to bring out beauty. So let's look at the next slide. This slide is, the first one at the left side is also taken in Lagos, in Lekki. And the beauty here is that this building, this first building, the orange building, or the kind of yellowish building there, is, I think, one old building. It's kind of colonial design. So, and you can see how the blocks are laid out to form these half circles. You know, these doors is just fantastic. It is an artwork that you will start to learn to appreciate as we continue to talk about design here. So you will start to learn to appreciate this kind of work that is done. And the color game as well, when you look at it, you start to appreciate it. Then at the right side, we have also a picture I took in Lome, which is the port of Lome. So in this picture, what I was trying to showcase is that although the machines are huge, people try to think of a beauty around them. Look at how the tops are aligned. And look at how these containers are also arranged. So it's not about the size, either micro or macro. Human being or nature naturally just thinks of beauty, design everywhere. All right, let's move to the next slide. And even in our food, this is a plate of yam it's somewhere. And when you look at where the stew is placed, the granite is placed, then where the yam is arranged, it seems like it is purposely made to make me feel good looking at it only before I start eating. And you can prove that by if you've been to restaurants before. Of course, I know everybody has been. So you can actually prove that whenever they give you food, usually they take care of designing it, making it so beautiful, so that already from design you feel that desire of, wow, getting in touch with this food. And the other side, we have a bottle of water I also bought in Lagos, Splash. I actually took this picture because I wanted to show you that these are products we consume every day that are being branded and made comfortable and likely and lovely by designers like you. So you see, this design is so beautiful. The bottle actually reflects the color of water, if there's any color. So it actually gives it the blue color, which is mostly what people consider as watercolor. So the bottle's cover as well reflects the same color, and it gives it that feeling of transparency. But still we have the logo that is so sharp and visible. You know, it makes it so comfortable to hold this bottle and have that it's like you are actually holding the water. So that's the reason why I actually decided to bring this picture up. And the next one is our body is also a place, a universe of design. Trust me, every day you design yourself, you design your body, you make sure your body is good looking, right? So at the left side in these pictures, we have a handbag for a lady. And the bag alone, you can see, not only it has a game of colors to make you feel good, but also some ingredients have been added, like these side belts, to make it look so amazing, you know, and really interesting. You know, it's just sexy to have such bags with you. And at the right side, this a Himba lady, right? A Himba from a Himba tribe, and it already proves how determined people are to look good. People are determined to design every single thing around them. And from a hair to a neck to the skin, everything is carefully sharpened to make it so wonderful, right? And we'll go back to the master of design itself, which is the nature. So if human being tends to be a designer, human being tends to feel like designing every single thing around it and in it, and also on it, it means there must be a source to that. And like I said earlier on, we are born in a predefined environment. So nature naturally has already designed things, or has already designed itself in order to accommodate us inside, in order to make us feel good. And therefore, we inherit that behavior of always arranging to get beauty. So when you look at this flower at the left side, you can see how harmoniously nature has arranged this red flower with so much logic, with no mistake. And when it goes to the end, at the top, it will close it without waiting for somebody to come and do it. And at the other side, which is the right picture, is a tree that everybody knows, the neem tree. Look at the leaves, how they have teeth around them, and every single one of them has it in the same harmony. Look at the pigmentation, the colors. The older leaves tend to be greener, dark green, and then the fresher leaves tend to have lighter green and have some reddish color in them. So this is something really, really amazing to look at and to start enjoying whenever we are walking, and know as a designer that design is everywhere, and it can be the source of your inspiration in every single job. So we can influence all that, and as also the children of the master designer, which is nature itself, we can influence nature's work and come up with our own things. And that's why we are called to be designers. That's why we are called to be graphic designers, right? So look at these two places. The first one, the first picture at the left side is in the kitchen of a friend. And not only the person is decorating the house or the environment, the walls around her, but the person also thinks of decorating the food she's making. So you can imagine. And the other side is Peperific restaurant, I think in Nigeria as well. So I saw the place was cool, so simple. And the logo is actually pepper, which is nature's product used to inspire the logo of the business. So you can see that learning how to see can be wonderful. And the last slide is to emphasize on the fact that we as designers can affect how nature disposes things in order to create different things. We can use nature's design to bring up other designs. So when you look at this picture, this place can be as beautiful as possible it can be, either in the daytime or in the night. But until as I took the picture in a particular angle, considering the moon, I gave it a different ingredient. I gave it a different taste. So if you take this picture from a different angle, yes, you have a beautiful environment, but not the same effect. So as designers, we must learn to see. We must learn to appreciate design everywhere. We must learn to get inspired by everything around us. And in the following videos, we will see that even music can give us designs. So thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in our next episode, which talks of design as art and beauty. Thank you so much.